Okay, welcome back everyone. Today we're going to be having a look at a gas stove. Not just any gas stove, but a camping gas stove. The Rando 360. Very interesting stove. As you can see, it came boxed. I'll just open it up. Inside, we have the stove. It is got its rubber strap holding it together, gradients on the outside, and the name Rando 360 on the side. On the top is the usual Campingaz label. This one came with its instructions in various languages, but it did not come with any gas. Now I'll just remove the Campingaz blue rubber band, neoprene band, maybe rubber. Yeah, rubber. And we'll have a quick look at this in more detail. Yep, it's Campingaz International. It comes in its own pot and it's called the Rando 360, which is basically the hiking 360 stove. Now, anybody who has any experience of Campingaz hiking stoves will probably know about the similar sized Campingaz Globetrotter, which I have here. And you will also realize that both of these are phased out, no longer in production. The Campingaz Globetrotter was quite a smart little stove. With a handy isopropane tank. And it all fitted inside its own pot. But the trouble with this was that it used a proprietary gas cylinder which was pierceable, and therefore you couldn't take it out. This one is the GT106, 90 grams of butane in this case, but you also got them in a propane butane mix. Once the canister was attached and pierced, you couldn't take it to bits. These roughly lasted about the same amount of time as an MSR, but they were extremely expensive canisters back in the day, which would have been the 80s, beginning of the 90s when this was phased out. Coleman basically killed off the GT106 gas canister. Now, I do have a video showing how you can convert these into modern canister use. You can find that in my playlists. Now, the Campingaz Rando 360 is a similar story. These are the gas canisters. These are filled with wool. You can't hear any gas sloshing around. And these are butane only. Now, the beauty of this is it all fits in 2 canisters, 52 grams each. The stove, the pot handle, and the windshield all fit inside this pot system. So you have like a mug or a small pot for boiling water and a large pot for cooking. These are equivalent to a jet boiler MSR 100-110 gram but they will not last as long. So you're talking 2 of these will last you 4 to 5 days at the most. They still produce these gas canisters for a blowtorch that they make. These are like very, very, very expensive. They're like gold dust. You're talking for these 2 maybe 40 euros. Just take off. It's a CV system. As you will see, it doesn't work the same way as the other click systems. It's another case of the hiking fraternity being let down by proprietary gas canisters for what is a flawed but quite beautiful little stove. Here we have it. Made in France. You press down and the legs pop out. But as you can see, the legs are not the pot stand. The pot stand is the windshield as well. You can fit on a bigger pot on here and it will work just as well. So you can use a frying pan or whatever, a kettle, whatever you want. All fits on. And this can act as a lid, like so. Just so that you can take everything to bits. Okay, and we'll just give it away. There we go. Now we'll weigh it without the gas canisters. As that is a variable. So pot grab. And we have it at 475 grams, which isn't that heavy for what it is. If we put in the gas, and now one of these has been used a little bit, it takes it up to, with fuel for about 4 days, 654 grams. Which is not bad for a gas stove at all. Now, we'll just make sure everything is closed tight. It is anti-clockwise to open the valve, clockwise to close the valve. It's the CV, so it's a click system. As we can see here, I'll just say there, this opens it up to receive the gas. That clicks in, and then screwing it forwards will connect the valves and allow the gas to come out. Butane only, so it's more a summer gas stove. Now, let's see if we can get it lit. Just switch these off. You get a bit of lift. There we go. That's it now working. I paid a lot of money for these gas canisters, so we're just going to switch it off. But word on the street is that you can refill these with butane lighter fuel, and it actually just is a case of connecting them up, and it will fill them, which is very, very handy, because I had to source these in Hungary and they cost about 40 euros for two. Now, as we can see, it's a very stable system. The feet keep it nice and planted. And unlike the Globetrotter, we can remove the canister. However, like the Globetrotter, the proprietary gas canisters are its weakness. If you were able to have a converter that would convert this part here that the gas canister connects into an EN417 or a bayonet fitting for gas, that would be so much better. I do like the fact that these can be put in any position. Unlike the bayonet style canisters, which can feed liquid fuel if they're in the wrong way round, these don't mind. It is very close, so I presume that it doesn't get too hot, which is okay. Now, I'm not really expecting this to be a powerhouse. It's working off butane cartridges. It is the summer, of course, but we will put in our 300 grams of water and we will give it a shot and see how it works. One thing I have noticed is that you do get a bit of lift on the burner when you start it. You have to make sure that you have it at the right position to light it, otherwise you're going to lose a bit of fuel. And you can't just pop down to the local shop and buy another gas canister. I will be keeping one of these sealed, and this one I will refill if necessary. Okay, now we'll just move this out of the way. We'll get our pot, take the lid off, take out the pot grabber. We have 300 mils of water. And as you can see, it's graded inside and out. Okay, we have our timer. Now let's start it. That's it on full blast. So 318, or about 320 to boil 300 mils of water. its windshield does protect it quite well. It's almost like a little jet boil when it's all fitted on, but not with the same sort of efficiency at all, mainly because it's running off pure butane. I have read that people have put in isobutane, propane butane mix into these canisters, and it does make it harder to control with the valve, the membrane of the valve. It's more pressure under it. I'll just keep it with butane if needs be. It's really just for my collection, as it's such, it's almost pristine. It's not a lightweight stove, but it is practical. It all fits into the one container for a weekend, a long weekend away. This is a handy little stove to have in the summer. Everything you need is all in one container. You could fit a lighter in there and a cloth as well to stop things rattling around. Everything is there. As usual, folks, you tell me what you think in the comments. Did anyone of you ever have any of the Rando 360s? Or did you have the Campingaz Globetrotter? I think a lot of these seem to have been sold in North America, as that's where most of them seem to be on sale. I got this one from Norway, and I was very surprised. I mean, it's boxed, still got instruction leaflet, everything. It's a lovely example for somebody who collects stoves. Now, yeah, the windshield is quite warm. We'll just make sure everything is off. And then all we need to do, just make sure that isn't too hot, is turn this all the way back, which has released the gas canister, and it just clicks out. It's held in place by these, and as you can see, there is the mechanism. And just by screwing it, it brings it closer to the needle, which then connects up to there. It's a clever little mechanism, but you can't connect any other CV gas canisters to this. And there you have it, folks. The Campingaz Rando 360 using the CV360 cartridge. Let me know what you think. That's all for this week. See you next time. Bye bye.